Imagine you're at a party and you overhear someone whispering, "Did you see what she did?" Your heart flutters. Are they talking about you? You're about to make a dash for the door when you hear, "Yeah, that cat's backflip was epic." Plot twist, they're actually discussing a cat video. Isn't it funny how we often misconstrue gossip and how it can make mountains out of molehills? It's like a game of Chinese whispers, where a cat doing backflips becomes a scandalous story about us. Now, don't get me wrong, gossip isn't always about backflipping cats or imaginary scandals. Sometimes it's about real people and real issues. But regardless of the subject, the effects of gossip can be far-reaching, stirring emotions, affecting relationships, and even shaping our self-perception. Now that we've got your attention with our fluffy feline friend, let's dive into the world of gossip, shall we? We've all been there, caught in the whirlwind of whispers and rumors. But why do we gossip in the first place? Well, believe it or not, gossiping is a deeply ingrained human behavior. It's been a part of our social fabric since the dawn of time, playing a crucial role in how information was spread before the age of smartphones and social media. It's been suggested that gossiping helped our ancestors survive by informing them about potential threats or alliances in their social circles. Now, let's dive deeper into the science of it all. Our brains are fascinating machines, and when it comes to gossip, they light up like a Christmas tree. When we hear or share juicy tidbits of information, our brains release dopamine, a neurotransmitter that makes us feel good. It's the same chemical that gets released when we eat chocolate or fall in love. So, in essence, a good gossip session can feel as satisfying as a bar of chocolate, minus the calories. But it's not just about feeling good. Gossip also serves a social purpose. By sharing information about others, we can bond with our peers, establish social norms, and even elevate our own status. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm in the know. I have valuable information." This can make us feel more connected and even powerful within our social circles. On a more serious note, gossip can also be a tool for social control. By talking about someone's behavior, particularly if it deviates from the norm, we can indirectly influence them to conform to societal expectations. It's a way of keeping each other in check, whether we realize it or not. But here's the kicker. Despite its social benefits, gossip can also lead to negative consequences, both for the gossiper and the person being gossiped about. It can cause stress, damage relationships, and even lead to feelings of isolation. So it turns out, our brains are wired to gossip. But what does this mean for us on a personal level? Well, understanding why we gossip is the first step towards using this instinctive behavior for positive change. But more on that later. For now, let's move on to the darker side of gossip. Gossip is not just harmless chit-chat. It can have profound effects on our mental health. When we think of gossip, we often imagine a casual, lively conversation filled with laughter and intrigue. But beneath the surface, the ripples of gossip can stir up more than just idle chatter. Let's take a closer look. Picture this. You're at a gathering, and you overhear your name being whispered. Curiosity piqued, you listen in, only to find out they're discussing your recent breakup or that embarrassing blunder at work last week. Suddenly, the laughter and intrigue turn to a cold wave of anxiety. You see, being the subject of gossip can lead to feelings of vulnerability, causing a surge in anxiety levels. It's like walking on a stage, spotlight glaring down, unaware that you were even part of the show. This scenario isn't just uncomfortable, it can be downright damaging, and it's not just about the immediate effects. Over time, consistent exposure to gossip can chip away at our self-esteem. Think about it. If you're constantly hearing rumors about yourself, it's hard not to internalize those words regardless of their validity. This can lead to self-doubt, lower self-confidence, and even depression. But the impact of gossip extends beyond the individual and into the realm of social dynamics. It can create divisions and isolate people within social groups. Gossip can turn friends into strangers and a warm, welcoming environment into a battlefield of whispers. But wait, you might say, I'm not a victim of gossip, I'm just a bystander. Well, even passive participation in gossip can affect us negatively. It can lead to feelings of guilt, especially if the gossip revolves around someone we care about. And it can create a climate of mistrust, making us question the intentions of those around us. Clearly, gossip is not as innocent as it seems, but don't worry, there are ways to rise above it. Let's delve into some strategies to keep our minds clear of the gossip mill's clatter and our hearts free of its sting. Because remember, we're here to build a stronger you, not a weaker us. Now here's the good news. You're not powerless in the face of gossip. You have the ability to rise above it. First, let's talk about mindfulness. It's all about being present and aware of your thoughts and feelings. When you find yourself in the midst of gossip, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, is this conversation serving a positive purpose? Is it uplifting or is it destructive? By practicing mindfulness, you can recognize when you're engaging in harmful chatter and redirect the conversation. Next up, let's discuss effective communication skills. If you're caught in a gossip spiral, it's okay to change the subject or simply say, I'd rather not talk about that. Remember, you have the power to steer the conversation in a healthier direction. It might feel awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes easier. Another strategy is to foster a positive social environment. Surround yourself with people who value uplifting conversation over gossip. It's not always easy to find these individuals, but they're out there. Look for friends who respect others and cherish their relationships, who prefer to talk about ideas and experiences rather than people. In addition, you can also be a positive influence. Cultivate empathy and understanding. If someone is always the target of gossip, take a step back and try to understand their situation. You might find that they're dealing with challenges you weren't aware of. Finally, remember the power of silence. You don't always have to participate in every conversation. Sometimes the most powerful response to gossip is silence. It sends a clear message that you're not interested in engaging in harmful talk. Remember, gossip might be a common occurrence, but it doesn't have to be a part of your daily life. By practicing mindfulness, improving your communication skills, fostering a positive social environment, and understanding the power of silence, you can rise above the chatter. With these strategies, you can navigate the tumultuous tides of gossip and come out stronger. Let's recap what we've learned about gossip, the why, the effects, and how to rise above it. Gossip, that enticing whispering of secrets, is a phenomenon deeply ingrained in our social fabric. It's been part of our lives since the dawn of human communication, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. But why do we gossip? We've learned that it's wired into our brains as a social survival mechanism, a way to gather information about our social environment. But gossip has a dark side. It can harm reputations, damage relationships, and negatively impact our mental health. It can make us feel anxious, excluded, or even downright miserable. We've all been there, right? Caught in the whirlwind of rumors, half-truths, and whispers behind our backs. But here's the good news. We can rise above it. We can choose not to participate in the gossip mill. We can change the subject, focus on positive topics, or simply walk away. We can foster a more positive social environment by spreading kindness and understanding instead of rumors and hearsay. We can also practice mindfulness, tuning into our own feelings and reactions when we're tempted to gossip or when we become the subject of it. This awareness can help us handle these situations with grace and dignity, and ultimately build a stronger, more resilient self. So, let's remember these strategies the next time we're tempted to join the gossip mill or when we find ourselves at the mercy of it. Let's remember that we have the power to rise above it, to choose kindness over cruelty, understanding over judgment, and truth over rumors. Remember, you're stronger than the gossip mill. Now, we'd love to hear your experiences with gossip. Share your stories in the comments below, and let's foster a community of support and positivity. Let's encourage one another, learn from each other's experiences, and together we can build a stronger, more supportive, and gossip-free community. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together.